Welcome to day 5 of our JaNEWary challenge play along videos. This is our final day on Rock to Joy. So first of all, I'm going to play today through at a kind of full speed. Then I'll do it a touch slower and a touch slower again. Here it is at full speed. You may just choose to listen to this one and then join in on the next. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Super. So you may have listened along with that one. I'm going to do it a touch slower now. Maybe join in with at least one hand for this bit. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Excellent. And now I'm going to do it slower again, and maybe this time you can try joining in with both hands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Damp. Damp. Loud. I might have come in a bit early on that last glissando because I was thinking and talking so much. But well done, that's super. Stick around now if you'd like me to go through today's teaching now at a slightly gentler pace at that slower speed. And otherwise, well done. So our right hand is on the E, F, G. The pattern of notes we're going to play in this right hand on our first couple of bars are the same pattern of notes that we played in bars 11 and 12 and in bars 15 and 16. And in fact, they're identical in position on the harp to bars 15 and 16. The only difference is we're missing off the last crotchet. So this is the answering part of the Ode to Joy tune. And it goes like this. I'll count in if you want to join in, but I'll also talk you through it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. E, E, F, G, slide, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, D, C, damp. And that's the new bit in this, that we do the damp on that fourth beat, where we have been used to hearing. We're not hearing that last note. It's like a hint, or we're just about to finish, or no, we're not. It's meant to be tantalising, I think. So let's try that together. So hopefully this phrase feels quite comfortable for you now. So this is bar 20 and it's the right hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Damp. Okay, let's have a look at the left hand. So the left hand, we're still in treble clef like we finished yesterday. Our thumb is going to be up on the C, a whole octave higher than middle C. So our thumb is on there. And if you can open your hand, so try not to curl it round, open your hand up and get the third finger onto the E, okay? It's really brilliant if you can do that without having to do it up here first and slide. If you can just let your fingers fall out of your beautifully closed hand and onto that E, that'd be really good. And the pattern here is, so they're a sixth apart. From that E, if we count that as number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the C. So that gap or that interval is called a sixth. And we play those, play that interval, we move down 1, play that, move down 1 again, play that, move down 1. So we're just walking down through four notes. Okay, so let's give it a go. It's the same rhythm that we've got really used to now, where we play on the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, and we'll just remember to put a damp at the end. Okay, so I'll talk you through it as we do it. If you can join in with me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and damp. So instead of me saying beat 4, I say damp, because we're going to damp in that place. Okay, so we just play our first chord, we move it down 1, and we try and get ready as quick as we can. So we've played that one, we can get ready on the next notes without affecting the ones that are sounding, which is brilliant. So it allows you to move straight away to where we're heading next. Should we try that again? So our thumb is on the C, an octave above middle C, and finger 3 is on the E, just above middle C. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and ready and 2 and 3 and damp. Good. Okay. Gonna have a go at putting that together now with the other hand. Okay. If need be, just keep your left hand doing through that again, just to practice that, because the right hand's playing notes that we've done a lot of now, but this is a slightly new shape in our left hand. So if you do just one thing, do your left. If you can put it together, all the better. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and damp. So just watch. Although it's a pattern we've been used to, just watch not to zoom off that top G. Don't go. Remember to do that hanging around on that thumb slide note. Okay, we'll do it again. So left hand is on the E and the C. Right hand is sitting on the E, E, F, G. And we'll play it, if you can, hands together. Otherwise, you can pick either hand this time. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and damp. So as soon as you've played that last C in the top hand, damp. Okay, and although I've just been playing in roughly the middle of my harp, I am going to damp some of my lower strings as well, because they often resonate in sympathy with these other strings. That's one of the beautiful things that the harp does, what makes it such a gorgeous sounding instrument. But it does mean when we have intentional damps that we need to actively pay attention to that so that we can damp those off as well. Okay, our next bar takes that final snippet of tune, da, 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 dum, and puts it down in the bass in our left hand. So notice left hand's jump down into bass clef, and we're going to the C, D, E, an octave below middle C. Now, it's the same pattern we've been used to, so if possible, you could do the thumb slide. However, our left hand's not been doing it that much in this piece. It's mostly the right hand that's taken on that job. And we're on metal strings. If you're on a harp the same size as this, which is a 34 string folk harp or lever harp, then the thumb slide becomes a bit more awkward on the metal strings. So you can say, no, I'm going to stick to it being identical to every other time it's happened, and I'm going to play 3, 3, 2, slide, 1, 2. But you could also say, I'm going to allow for the fact that it's the first time my left hand's done it, I'm on these metal strings, and I'm going to let myself just do 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Just going straight back on. If I show you with my right hand for a moment, just so that you can see it through the strings, that's 3, 3, 2, and straight back on, 1, 2, 3. You won't pause, that was just me explaining what's going on there. So shall we just try those notes? Again, we're not repeating that final C, it's stopped short, and we do another damp. Okay, so let's try this, just this bar. This is bar 22 of the whole piece, or the third bar of today. It's our left hand only, the right hand doesn't have anything to do here. and it's on the C, D, E in this same pattern we've been used to. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and damp. Okay, now this is on the metal strings. It's less vital to dampen the top hand again, because it's much more likely that it's the longer strings that resonate in sympathy than the shorter ones. However, if you can damp with both, it's good practice. So see how you feel on that one, and maybe your harp resonates differently from mine as well. They all have their own little styles, don't they? Okay, so that's that left hand part. Then we're into our penultimate bar of the whole piece. Our left hand's jumped up to the exact same notes, but from middle C now. And our right hand is on the C, an octave above, and we're on 3 notes again, the C, D and E. We're going to play this pattern one more time. Now, our right hand is very used to doing this thumb slide, and our left hand will want to copy what the right hand does. So you will find the thumb slide here in the left hand will probably happen quite naturally, whereas it may not have felt natural down there. And also the fact that you're back on either gut or nylon strings here, rather than the wires, will help too. So allow the left hand to copy the exact fingering of the top hand, so that we do C, C, D, and we slide 1, 2, and then another damp. Okay? At this slower speed, the damps aren't quite as effective as they are when we up our speed a bit. When you really up the speed, that damp becomes quite a dramatic sudden stop from what we're expecting to hear. So let's just try that bar together. This is the penultimate bar. You've got 3, 2, 1 in both hands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and damp. Okay? And notice how I'm damping back down here, even though I was playing near the middle. And then we've got our final bar, and here the timing is just allowing ourselves to get on. So we've damped in beat 4, and then we've got the first beat of the next bar is empty as we get our left hand ready on the octave C with the G in the middle, the octave and the 5th. And again, I'll show you through the strings with my other hand. If you can open that octave up, finger 2 almost certainly will just fall onto that G. If we do any other sort of funny shape, the 2's nowhere near it. Like now, if I'm trying to look, particularly if it's in my left hand, trying to look at what I'm doing, suddenly my finger 2's right down near my 4. But if I've just opened my hand up from that lovely closed position and just allowed the fingers to fall, then finger 2 almost certainly will fall on the G. There's a risk it might fall on the F, perhaps depending on different hand shapes, but mostly you should hopefully fall on that G there. And that is something you can practice doing with your left hand. Okay, so the left hand is going to those notes there. The right hand is jumping, and it's another glissando from that high G, which for me is not quite the top string on the harp. It's almost the top string on the harp. Okay, and we've got 1 beat, and then the glissando down, and it's a very quick glissando because it's only 1 beat long. So if we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and poof. Okay, so and obviously the quicker you're playing the whole piece, the quicker that will be. And I haven't done it there because I was just talking, but it's actually and a very firm, very intentional damp with both hands, damping the low strings and the mid-range strings there, so that nothing is left to resonate out. Okay, so let's put that all together from today. If you want to just sit back and listen, that's fine. If you want to join in with one or other hand, that's great too. So this is from the beginning of bar 20. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and damp left, damp together, damp probably damp sooner there as well. It's sounding really good. It'll take a bit of work, and this is kind of our dramatic finish. And if you can put those dynamics in, I haven't mentioned them much just now. We're sort of a mezzo forte at the beginning, just a sort of normal volume at the beginning of today. Then the left hand down on its own is mezzo piano, so let it drop down. Then when we come in with both hands together on that same pattern of the C, C, D, it's fortissimo, it's really strong and powerful. So it's really suddenly in your face, you've kind of died away, and then boof, suddenly in your face. And then that last glissando, triple F. Really mean it. Slightly hurt my finger. But really, really mean it. A little cheat you could do if you were going to perform this piece and you had no need for your highest A string to be anything else, you could tune it down to being a G. Take the lever off. So in my case, if I take the lever off, it's already an A flat anyway. So just tune it that further semitone down to be a G. And then I know that I can just throw my right hand up to the top of the harp without having to think it must be the second string down. And I can just play from that highest string down. It's not something to do generally, but it can be a nice cheat in this instance. If you find, oh, just getting there onto that glissando takes too much of my attention and makes me stop and pause in the last place we want to do that, because we're at the end and we want to be dramatic with our finish, not sort of hesitant. So that is a cheat that you could do at the end there. Come back tomorrow for a playthrough video where we go through the whole piece. So work on that new bit today, and then tomorrow come back to play through the whole piece. I'm also going to play Blistering Rock tomorrow for you, which is the piece this one is sort of a sort of preparatory piece for. So you'll see then, you can hear where all the ideas have come from that have formed this Rock to Joy piece. And I might even give you a little taster of Wendy Stewart's piece, which is what we will be going on to the day after tomorrow. Well done.